Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the final episode of Survivor True Fans Unite, otherwise known as STFU.
F you.
FU.
Wait.
F you.
Too early, guys. It's not the end yet.
Oh.
For season 48 of Survivor. So the final episode was titled "Only One of Yous Can Win," said by Chrissy. But everyone here, we're all winners because we did an episode for each episode of the season. We did it, guys. We're here. We did it. We started from the bottom. Now we're here, right?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Wait, did we actually?
Every episode. Didn't miss one.
Shane, you were late
Almost.
for half, probably.
Yeah. Are you serious? We started right at the beginning?
Maybe we missed the first one. Oh no, we talked about Stephanie.
Yeah. No, we got it. We got them all.
We did? Oh.
Who's Stephanie?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Who is Stephanie?
All right.
Yeah. Nobody remembers if you don't make the merge.
Well, there's a couple standouts. But tonight with us, we have everyone here except for Andre. So we got Coach Mitch, Shane, Bob, Tone, and myself. Everyone say hey.
Hey. Andre says.
Right. Okay, so we're talking about the final episode. And if you don't know by now, we're going to spoil it. Kyle is the winner.
What?
Kyle did it. He was in the finals with Joe and Eva. And
Let's go, Kyle.
he pulled it out. And Bob will remind us that he picked Kyle from episode 1. From
Guys,
our
I
very
picked
first
Kyle on
podcast.
Episode 1.
That's what he says. That's what he claims, but I can't remember. I can't remember who I picked.
Bob.
Go back and listen. Let's play it right now. We'll all listen to it together
Okay.
for an hour and a half.
And then we'll do our episode. So Kyle won. I thought for this podcast session, we will actually go through things in chronological order. That'll just make it easier. So let's go back to the very start. I thought it was pretty funny that when they got back from tribal council, Joe talks to Eva, and he wonders if both of them got duped. And Eva reassures him that they did not.
They got duped.
They got duped.
They did.
And then right into the puzzle lock advantage search. So yeah, they come across the sign. Everyone gets puzzle locks, and they got to go racing around to find all the animal symbols and use them as clues for the letters. It really surprised me that they were asking for help, and the others were actually answering them and giving them help. Is that crazy?
Yes, absolutely it was.
When you're that close to $1 million, I would think, yeah, that's a bit crazy.
I would probably give them the wrong answers, though. I'll be like, oh, it's definitely 6 when it's like 7. And they're like, oh, geez, I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. I was thinking that too. Like, yeah, no one's going to fault you if you really make it look like you thought that was the right answer.
I think it just shows how close everyone was in this season. The loyalty aspects and, yeah, part of the group.
Yeah,
I don't think they actually really cared who won it, to be honest.
Yeah. Perhaps.
Really? Because they were running around. You know, if they didn't care, they probably wouldn't participate.
Good point. That's a lot of energy to be expending if you didn't really want it.
That's just like saying start. Never mind. Okay, good point.
But it does show, to Shane's point, how close they are with each other. Eva ends up getting it right, and she gets the advantage. And at the immunity challenge, we'll go right there. It doesn't really seem to be quite an advantage. She gets to just throw her ball right into the basket, or just put it in the basket. Yeah, dunk
it's called a dunk shot, Jay.
Oh, is that what that is? Not a basketball player, I don't know. But really, it was no faster than Mitch. who got in on his first shot, right? And
Maybe-
Camilla did too. I think both of them got in the first shot.
Maybe the advantage depended on who won the advantage.
Oh, like they changed up what the advantage would be, but depending on who got it.
Possibly.
So if Mitch got it, it would have been placed somewhere else.
They could have skipped that twisty net thing.
Oh, I love those
Yeah.
twisty nets, man. Those get people.
That should have been where the advantage is placed, right?
Yeah, that's why
Holy
it's
man.
maybe they just
Those are crazy.
adjusted.
I would take a step back, figure out which direction I got to spin before getting in there.
Camilla had to be told. I would have panicked. Like, I'm claustrophobic and I'm scared of drowning, like, or not being able to breathe. Like if you turn the wrong way and your face gets stuck down in the mud. Could you imagine that? But yeah, Camilla, huge comeback, right? She was last and getting stuck in the net, and she came back, killed it at the puzzle, and won. What did you think of that whole challenge?
When I saw that there was a puzzle at the end, I thought that Camilla would win.
It was fortunate. It was good that it was a big puzzle, one that took a long time to do.
Yes.
That helped.
I think the puzzle was the challenge overall was a little repetitive from past ones. Like we've seen all this.
Yes.
I wish they could have did something kind of original.
Yeah, I agree. Something new would have been nice.
Yeah.
I do like how on these puzzles where they don't get to lay it out on the floor, and they had to they only got that little platform to work with.
Mm-hmm.
That really helps with the equalizing point of the puzzle. Makes it tough. Yeah. So Camilla wins. She takes Eva to the reward, and oh jeez, was that gross? Like how dirty they were when they were eating.
Yeah, we brought that up before. I don't know why. I don't understand it. Let them take a dip in the ocean first.
Yeah.
I'll wash other hands and maybe their face at least.
At least hands and face.
Yeah.
Gross.
Maybe a little bit of
Yeah, that was good. And then we flash back to the guys, or flash over to the guys on the island. They're trying. I thought it was pretty funny how it was low tide, and they were trying to wash that mud off, and it was not easy with that amount of water. It looked like a bunch of kids in a little kiddie pool.
Yeah.
This is where we get Mitch saying in a confessional that he says he should have made a move, and I just thought that was funny because we were all yelling at him to do that a couple episodes ago.
For multiple weeks.
Yeah, he says that every episode.
Yeah.
And this is where basically everyone tells Mitch that yeah, he's going to be voted out. So
Poor guy. They all like him too much. They can't even lie to him.
yeah.
When he brought up like, "Hey, we should vote for Joe," I thought Camilla was gonna be like, "Yes, now's the perfect time," just to put him at ease, just so you could kill him by surprise.
Jury management.
Yeah, exactly. Telling him the truth. So it made for a pretty boring tribal council, to say the least.
Hey, did he have a shot in the dark? Could he have played it? Because that would have been amazing.
You definitely could not play it at the final 5. I think 6 is the last time you could play it.
Oh, okay.
But definitely not the 5. I know it's sooner than the last time you could play an idol. Yeah, so Mitch doesn't even try to fight it at Tribal Council. Eva plays the idol, but it doesn't matter. And so Mitch is gone. And we're down to duos. The secret duo versus the public duo. The next day, Camilla says her best shot is not to be beside Kyle. And Kyle says he was pretty much thinking the same thing too. I don't know. Anything to say about that? It's true.
That's it. Super smart compared to the other two. So then you have another vote for you on the jury, and you don't risk the getting votes split between you two.
And you have someone in the jury to tell your story
Yeah.
to bump up your game.
Yep.
I saw it as a bad move. It's like because of that, like maybe Kyle takes her to the final three. Then now you can plead your case. But instead, she didn't even make it there.
I think it's the timing of it could be off, but I think the idea of both of them not being in the final three is a good idea.
Good points. And they did say it at the after show that if Camilla was there, she probably would have won.
Do you believe that? Like, I don't see why they would lie, but I didn't think it was like a slam dunk that she would have won it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of do, because
Yeah.
she was the only outsider left.
Yeah.
So
But
I
if
was
if
cheering
if
for
she's
them.
up there and Kyle's saying that everything he did it was with her, they did them together, then I don't know. I don't know why you necessarily vote Camilla over Kyle. He was the one giving her information from the alliance.
Good point. Good point. Oh well, a lot of what if. Okay, so then we get to the classic Samotion Final Four challenge. Do you guys like this challenge?
I do.
Yeah.
Question, Jay, how many balls can you handle?
Ooh, a lot.
In your mouth.
And now, okay, but now if you're thinking about the game, how many can you handle?
Oh, maybe just one.
You've been waiting all week to say that, hey, Bob?
Yeah, but Andre wasn't here, so.
Oh, Maybe.
Yeah. I usually have one hand tied behind my back too, Bob, when I'm doing that.
Shoot.
Oh, I would say that if I could build a one survivor challenge, like that would be it.
Yeah.
To practice.
You guys imagine like what you would do? Like you guys have like your strategy of how you would put the balls in or time them? I don't know.
Was this used last season too?
No.
Nope. The one before though, I think.
What was the challenge last year?
Who won it? Did Rachel win it?
Rachel probably.
Did Rachel win?
It was a puzzle.
Oh.
Maybe.
Okay.
Don't know. But I don't know. Like, is the strategy always just to space those balls out as far as possible?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I guess
so.
I guess so. Like, what else would you do, right?
Yeah. I was saying to Megan that I would put my hand on the next spot that the ball would come out, because it looked like everyone else was like awaiting, and then they put their hand out. So if I was going to the right, I'd have my hand on the right, put the ball in. I'll put my hand and wait for it on the left, and then wait till it hit, and then I'll put my hand on the right, I guess.
Yeah.
I do really like this challenge. I feel like it's very fair for everybody, big, small, man, woman, and it's just you just got to focus. Like the strategy is pretty simple. It's just all about focus and determination.
Yeah, I wonder if when you're that far into the game and you're like tired and starving, I wonder if you can lose focus and forget which side the last ball came up. So.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we've seen it where in the past that someone was actually reaching for on the wrong side because they lost focus. So, and I've also seen players that they put the balls too close together, and they weren't able to put one back up top and catch the other one in time.
Right. Yeah.
So, Yeah, that's a good one. When there's a winner, I mean, it's not crazy exciting, but it's still good. It's still like
Especially because they
there's
can't
no drama.
celebrate properly because they got one hand tied behind their back.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was just saying or thinking that it's not a huge dramatic moment. It's just someone the loser just dropped the ball. But anyways,
I like the challenge that's it's like an obstacle course and they have to get like maybe 4 or 5 items in the different parts of the obstacle course. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if that's the type of challenge that's used at the end of the game, but I just like that type of challenge.
yeah, I think I've seen it at a Final Four,
Yeah.
especially when they have to do. It involves some smarts too, and when you get to each station.
Yeah. I'd like to see that.
The one that I really liked was the Plinko one. Do you guys remember that? Where you had to
Vaguely.
shoot the ball at the top, and then before it comes down and hits the bottom, you had to like figure out a puzzle or a word
Mhm.
or something before that Plinko thing gets down to the bottom because you had to like catch it or yeah, I think you had to catch it. So
I
you had a
vaguely
limited
remember
amount of
that.
time.
I know that's a Big Brother type of challenge too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's a good one. I did like that because you had to use strategies of okay, how much time can I put on the puzzle?
Yeah.
How much risk taking can you do before you have to go catch that Plinko thing? Okay, so Kyle wins. He decides he's going to put Eva and Camilla in fire making, and he's going to take Joe. What do you guys think of those decisions and of Eva and Camilla practicing their fire? Any thoughts on those?
Well, he kept his word with Joe. I guess that's a loyalty type thing. That's part of the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was smart, I thought. When they were thinking about the possible vote splitting, he had to kind of get rid of Camilla. I actually thought he might step in and take Eva's spot when he started to feel bad for putting her in that position
Oh,
and believing that he would be able to successfully take out Camilla.
it's a good thing he didn't. He might have lost it.
Oh, wait, he might have lost against Camilla and fire making.
I mean, we've seen the outcome of Camilla's fire, but I mean, you just never know, right? And that could have been him instead, not being able to make fire.
Fire.
So yeah, good thing he didn't do it. Obviously, now that we know the result.
I guess it's good TV, but I just don't see why Joe wouldn't have helped Eva like right from the start to practice with the fire. They just waited. They just sat at the little hut and waited for it to break down first.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird too, that he wasn't helping her right from the very start.
Yeah, he has. I can understand Kyle not helping Camilla because he wants her out, but Joe obviously wants Eva to win. So why not help her right from the beginning instead of waiting for her to have a panic attack? I guess it adds drama. Like he would have subbed in, and Kyle possibly could have. So
yeah, that's true. It did add drama there, so that actually turned out to be a good moment. So at Tribal, we saw what happened. Just poor Camilla was not able to. Well, she made a little tiny fire once, got a little bit of flame once, but other than that, just could not get that flame going. And she was putting a whole bunch of magnesium. I couldn't see anything she was doing wrong. Could you guys?
She was cramping, so maybe she couldn't do what she exactly wanted to do.
Right, she did say that, yeah.
So I didn't notice it being too windy like last season.
It was an unfortunate ending to her game because she played a really good game.
Yeah. Maybe
and it sucks. It sucks when the fire challenge like so one-sided.
It was the Survivor God saying this is Kyle's win.
But as on par for the season, Camilla was still encouraging Eva with her fire.
That's typical Canadian, right?
Yeah.
very polite. Yeah. So Camilla's gone, and it's down to the final three: Kyle, Joe, and Eva. And so, what did you guys think of their arguments at the end? Let's start with. I want to ask people about this. Let's start with Coach Mitch here. What did you guys think of? What did you think of their arguments?
I thought that they each put up a good fight. I thought when Kyle trumped Eva, when they were talking about taking out Shaheen, I think that's kind of where the turning point was for Kyle. Because I think up to that point it was fairly even, and I always thought that Kyle wasn't quite telling his total game there until that a point. So yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, Shane, what do you got to add to that?
No, I agree with that. I thought there was a question by, I don't know if it was Star, Christy, or whoever said, tell me something that we don't know about or that we didn't know. And instead of saying he's a lawyer, which was still good, he should have just brought out all the other stuff that he did, like behind the scenes with the whole Thomas votes, David, and just letting them know, everything that he did, as opposed to just that one vote with Shaheem. But as we already know, it didn't really matter. But I thought that was gonna lose him the game for not saying all that stuff.
Yeah, I thought that's where he was going to go too. When he talked about his job, that totally surprised me. And then that's when Eva went off too about what she did.
I thought Eva had a good argument too. I thought she was gonna, and it showed like she did get more votes, but I thought she had a good argument at the end.
Yeah, I think so too. Tone, knock knock.
David's a douchebag.
What do you think of that?
His comment or the
That specific thing.
I think it was, well, obviously I think it's stupid because he's pretty much saying he was acting the whole time that he was angry, and then he just wanted to smile, and I just thought that was stupid. That I think we're all expecting him to grill Joe or somebody in the tribal, and he didn't, so that's why he's a douchebag.
He had whatever 10 days to think about plan this out, and he came up with knock knock.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot. Yeah. But going back to Shane's point, where Kyle didn't mention Thomas or David, it's possible that he could have, because it's usually a long tribal, and I think if they would have showed that in the show, it would have been too obvious that he would have won, maybe. So maybe he didn't bring it up, but it's possible that he could have, and they just edited it out.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe not even for that question, but maybe somewhere else. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right though. If you brought up those other 2 points too, it would have been like no brainer that he was going to win, I think.
Yeah. But I think it was cool that during Eva's thing, Camilla chimed in and set it up. So
yeah.
It's like Kellogg's kitty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob, what you got on that final travel?
Same as everybody else. Everybody had solid arguments, but from what they showed, I thought Kyle should have just laid out everything in chronological order or whatever. But yeah, I thought he would have said way more.
Yeah.
And like Tone said, he probably did. Because I always feel bad when somebody asks the question to like one person, maybe two, and then you never see the third person get to answer it. But I imagine in reality they all answer every question.
Yeah, I would think so too. All right. Well, we see that Kyle gets the wins. He gets 5 votes. Eva gets 2. Joe gets 1. And there's the after show. while they're all sitting there. First of all, we didn't even bring this up on any of the podcasts, but did you guys do any of the voting for season 50?
I didn't.
No.
No. I did some of them, and then the last one I did was the one where they asked if should we keep the same, whether after the votes, the final votes, they just stay on the set there, or do the reveal back in LA and in the studio.
Oh, is that what they're asking for?
Yeah, they did ask that,
Oh.
and
Mhm.
I voted for back at the studio like they used to do, wherever they got the whole cast there, and
Yeah.
they have to wait a whole 9 months or whatever to find out what the answer is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but so we didn't get that, but we get this after show here. This is where we see that Camilla would have won, we think, because people raised their hands. And we get the how to drink milk properly.
Another example.
Like, is that even a thing? What the hell?
No,
what the hell
he's
is
just
that?
sorry. He's just dumb.
I was like, I'm doing it now, but I don't know if I drink anything at a 90-degree angle.
Yeah, that's just not efficient.
Well, makes your wrist sore. Oh my god, the preview for Survivor 49. I thought that looked horrible, to tell you the truth.
Yeah,
I did not like that cast at all.
that's how I feel about every preview for the next season. Actually,
Yeah, maybe, but
They just preview the biggest personalities.
I didn't like them.
they're supposed to announce the season 50 players on Wednesday.
Oh, really? This
Yeah.
this Wednesday?
I think
Wow.
so. Unlike the whatever show that they do their interviews on, Good Morning America or something. I don't know.
Well, that's awesome. Then we could do our Survivor draft
Nice.
early.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they're doing that before they even reveal season 49.
Yeah, it makes me think that season 49 is going to be like whatever.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
whatever. Who cares?
Just look forward to season 50.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No one's going to even care about 49. Unless, I guess no one from 49 is going to make it to 50, right? Because they can't reveal, if someone was going to be on 50, they can't reveal that person in the cast from 49, because obviously they would have done well, or maybe
They're
they get
ensuring
back, or...
they're ensuring there won't be anybody from season 49.
Yeah.
Yeah.
49. Can we just skip 49 and just go right to 50?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
We missed one thing though.
Oh, what did I miss?
We missed the part when they're in the shelter and then they're revealing the two drops.
Oh yeah.
That's just not that important. But I thought it was funny.
Yeah, Joe's reaction was funny, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a leaping dumb fire captain.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was funny. We'll get to anything else that you guys might have thought of, but let's first do what would the STFU crew do? And for the question tonight, it is, what would we pitch for a cool Survivor season? And I gave the parameters of, it could be either realistic or wacky, whatever, just funny. So let's go through our ideas. I will go first to give you guys more time if you need it. Mine was, I guess, sort of realistic. Mine was ex-NBA players versus NFL players versus MLB players. So just the three of the four major North American sports going at each other. These people could be, just recently out. They could still be young, depending if it was an injury or whatever took them out, or older. And so they'd be split into those three tribes. And I was thinking for the challenges, They could have elements of all three sports mixed in in all of them, so that everyone had to do them. So the NFL guys would do really well with maybe I don't know, kicking something or throwing or football or catching or something, and then the other two groups would do well at their sports and just kind of even things out, and throw some puzzles in there too. See who's smart, but at least with the sporting segments, the action segments, and have some elements of what those athletes would be doing in their sports. So they all got to do try out the other ones. Yeah, that was my idea. I think that'd be pretty fun to watch.
It's not bad. It's cool.
Yeah.
I like it. I'd watch it.
Yeah. Hopefully, like non-sporty people would watch it too. Like it's still Survivor. It'd still be trying to vote each other out and stuff. So I think that'd be kind of cool. All right. Who am I going to next? Let's go with Bob. Bob, what's your idea?
I would say they gather up like 18 theoretical physicists, like the people studying dark matter and weird space-time leaps and black holes and stuff. A bunch of Sheldons, and put them on the show.
And make them do sporty challenges?
Just make them do Survivor. just survive and just fight. How do you best make the shelter, whatever, what's the best strategy for this, and they're all big eggheads, and it'd be hilarious.
I would like them see them do sporty segments, but it would be funny. Oh man,
just make them paddle a canoe. They go around in circles. Who knows?
It'd be also fun to see them. They'd have to put like 3 puzzles, like all one after each other at the final parts, right? Because they'll just blaze through them.
Challenges, I would go probably fairly fast.
Yeah, damn, they might. Any other details, Bob?
No, that's it.
Yeah, okay. Really, really, really smart people going at it. That's kind of cool. It's like the Davids in the Davids versus Goliath season. It's just the Davids just all going after each other. Well,
that was an awesome season, by the way.
I shouldn't say that because they weren't all like smart, but there were very smart people on that tribe. All right, that was awesome. Let's go to Tone. Tone, what's your idea?
This isn't a creative idea. It's just an idea that I was thinking about every time, but it's just first boots, pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah. There isn't much of a reason. It's just first boots, because there will be a winner.
Yeah.
And I wish they would bring
there
back.
will also be a first boot, which would be
another
amazing.
one. Yeah.
Did they do that before? Yeah, Francesca. Yeah.
Francesca.
But I agree. I like the idea.
But I wish they would bring back physical challenges again, like where they actually have to pretty much fight each other. But
or you have to hold on to a pole while 2 people are trying to rip you off it and stuff.
Yeah. But I can understand that there are risks of injuries now, but I think those were fun back in the day.
When they were wrestling in the water, I was really scared for them.
Playing basically like football, trying to get to the other side.
Yeah. And we're hot chicks, they rip off their tops and stuff.
That happened once.
There it is, Ant.
Yeah. Tone's I like that idea, Tone. Like, give all those first boots their time again, because they invested so much to get onto the show, and then they're gone first. Ugh, heartbreaking. Okay, good. Coach Mitch, what's your idea?
What was it? This is inspired from this season, One World, actually. You have all 3 teams on one beach. So they're still separated as 3 teams, but they're all 18 on one beach. So once 3 people are voted out, then they'll separate into three teams, and then once three more people are voted out, they'll come back for the merge. And yeah, that's really all I could come up with. I thought it'd be a cool twist if they um brought back a blood versus water. So you had um you plus two family or friends. So there'd be six groups. So they'll be on three different tribes, all living on one beach, and then separated. I don't know, however.
Pretty cool. Yeah, with that idea, like you get to form those secret alliances with the other tribes.
Yeah, and then yeah, you split off into three teams, and as you might have to devote up one of your alliance.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I thought about that too, and that's they should bring that idea back. Everyone on one beach, just mingling and getting to know each other, and then splitting them out. That'd be very cool. All right, Shane, last one.
All right, I got two. Let's take it with two.
Okay.
Okay. Kind of like a Taylor Swift Eras tour, where you do different eras against each other, whether it's every like 10 seasons or whatever. Then you get contestants from like those eras to compete against each other. I think that would be cool.
Yep.
Also, I always like seeing celebs doing this kind of stuff. So have like a celebrity survivor. I think that would be cool just to see them tough it out.
Yeah, I agree, and that's where my idea came from too. I was really worried about what would happen though, like if the celebs like just didn't want to do it anymore. They don't need the money, right? So they could just quit. I was worried about the chances of them quitting.
Yeah, but there's gotta be like true fans in there, right? There's gotta be fans that will actually want to try to do it. I'm sure all the celebrities you can get like 18 or however many. What's up, Mitch?
Which celebrities, if you got to pick the three celebrities to participate in this, which the three would you pick?
The Rock, Kevin Hart, and Jack Black.
That'd be awesome.
Of course.
Oh wait,
yeah.
I'm missing. Who is Nebula from
Karen
Guardians?
Gillian?
Yeah, because she was in Jumanji as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you only said three.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always like seeing like the celebrity stuff. Just people you know, right? Like when like Scott Pollard was on, and you like really hope for him because like basketball. I don't know.
Cliff Robinson.
Yeah. Was he on there? He was, right?
Cliffy.
Yeah, he was on. Or maybe we get like the athletes and the celebrities like that they spent all their money in there. They really need the money now.
Delonte West, is that him?
Oh.
I don't think it's like I think Survivor is like big enough where they don't need to do this, but if Survivor's ratings were ever down, I could see him doing like an influencer like type Survivor. People have like big followings.
Podcasters, Survivor podcasters.
Yeah, just everyone. They should actually do all the podcasters.
Because I think they'd go harder than celebrities, than like movie stars, I think.
Did they had one.
They can do it, where movie stars is just they're doing it with the novelty.
Yeah. Well, Asia was on there last season.
right from
she's a podcaster.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that'd be cool. Yeah.
Just because you see like that's how like the NBA celebrity the game is now, right? It's not actual celebrities; it's all like influencers.
Oh, in the celebrity game, yeah.
Yeah, always. So, but those ratings are down, but survivors are still pretty good. So I can't see them wanting to do that yet.
Yeah. Well,
Like
yeah, I mentioned to Shane before I wanted someone from no buffs, no dunks or no buffs to be on the Survivor. So
Yeah, that would be cool.
yeah,
maybe they get on for the U.S. versus Canada.
yeah,
Ooh. Well, Canadians do very well,
they do. Yeah.
but that's because they're surrounded by a bunch of U.S. people.
Oh,
People. People.
Can't
US
lose your
people.
U.S. fan base.
Yeah.
U.S. people.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Awesome answers, guys. We'll send that to Jeff Probst sometime. Never, but
Do it anyways. Just cause.
what do you guys? What do you guys have? Any thoughts about the last episode here, or even the season? What are your thoughts on like the season compared to other recent seasons, or even whatever seasons? What do you guys think about it? Where do you want to rank it? Do you want to compare it to something? What are you guys' thoughts? My first thoughts is that it had a pretty good start with the green team just destroying itself. The middle was bleh as the strong alliance took over and just did what they wanted, and then the ending was, I mean, up until the final tribal, it was also kind of blah too. It was frustrating. So my thoughts about it is that it was okay. I guess it was okay. Very very memorable characters. We're gonna remember, uh, obviously Joe and Eva, um, probably Kyle and Shaheen also, and Say, and and Tone's gonna remember David forever. Um,
And
but
Cedric.
who?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just it was okay for me.
Yeah, it was kind of predictable. Not as many blindsides. I did like the undercover duo with Kyle and Camilla. And I think from the show's point of view, Joe looked very favorable. But I think from the cast, possibly they didn't think as highly of him. Because if they thought Camilla was gonna beat them, and I don't know if they're just being nice about Mitch for voting him up before Joe. Right, Joe. When Shane and I were watching, it seemed obvious that Joe should have been voted out instead of Mitch. But I guess if Mitch is that likable, then Joe wasn't that big of a threat, possibly. So I don't know.
I think they liked him, but I think they were just tired of being powerless against them, or against his alliance, and so they would have voted for anyone else or someone to do something against it.
Okay. Yeah.
I think this season everybody was just too nice.
I think so.
Yeah.
There was no real wild cards. Nobody. No real villain. But I mean, Kyle and Camilla, I think they put on a clinic of how to play and win this game that future people will try to mimic a lot.
Like where you don't have to backstab anyone kind of game?
Yeah.
No, just to make sure you have your partner, protect them, and don't let anybody know you're working together type of.
So this probably makes Charlie mad from, what, 2 seasons ago?
Yeah.
Because if Maria would have just done what Camilla did, he would have won.
Yeah, but at the same time though,
thoughts, Shane?
sorry, but at the same time though, like Charlie like cut her without like it's kind of like a blindside to her, right? Didn't he vote
I can't
her
remember.
out?
Did Charlie actually get her voted out,
Yeah.
or did he just go along with it?
The previous week, she had tried to take Charlie out, but I swung and missed, and then so Charlie came up to back and got her out the following episode.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Kyle got Camilla out, really. So
Camilla got herself out.
She respected him for that.
She got herself out. Really?
Yeah.
Talked about it in the morning.
But yeah, but just even them talking about it, like even if he was able to say no, you're not coming with me because I won, I think she still would have voted for him because they're stuck together so close.
Yeah, you're right though, Bob. That's the way to do it. They did it. That was their goal from the start, and they did it. One of them won.
I was quite satisfied that that person who played the best game won. And yeah, that isn't always the case in every season, at least according to my opinion, anyways. But I thought that Kyle was very deserving in that.
Yeah, I would have been boring as hell if that strong alliance went to the end with no backstabbing whatsoever. So,
like I felt this was like the happiest jury ever.
Yeah.
Like I thought David would be mad, but of course he said at the end like he wasn't really. He was just acting. But like everyone was just happy.
Yeah. Very good point. It was kind of disappointing, but we could see it coming that they were just not mad.
I think the closest villain was Say, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
It was unfortunately Thomas didn't last long because I think he would have been probably a good villain.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll never know.
We'll never know.
California girls. No.
Well, for me, for this season, I thought it was mixed emotions because I did like that strong alliance, but at the same time, it was boring because they steamrolled over everyone. Like production made it, tried to make it interesting and showing, oh, this could be a blindside here, here or there, but it never was. So it ended up being boring, but some of the episodes made it look like it wasn't going to be boring, and it ended up being boring at the end when they just stuck to the strong alliance just steamrolling again.
Yep. All right. Anything else, guys? Thoughts? No.
Not looking forward to 49, I guess. Well, kind
of. We'll do we'll do our season 50 draft, and you know what, we'll do a 49 draft too. Some off-season podcasts. And that's a wrap. That's a wrap for 48. That's a wrap for this season of STFU. Great job, guys. It was awesome podcasting with you for our first inaugural season. And more to come. And I know Andre was sick tonight and he couldn't come, but if you see him and he asks, well, what'd you podcast about last night? We tell him STFU.
Good job, everyone.
Good Good job, guys.
Make good
Thanks everyone for
choices.
listening.
Hi, Megan.
See ya.